Unfortunately, in Ohio, we are in need of our own Wendy Davis. The Ohio lawmakers are attempting to pass their own draconian anti-abortion laws, but they're trying to do it in a very subtle, sneaky way. They've filled a bill with restrictive anti-abortion legislation, but they are passing it off as a quote-unquote budget bill. Basically what has happened is that abortion opponents have hijacked this bill in order to push in a lot of anti-abortion measures.
Keep it classy, Ohio.
Exactly. In the bill, this new bill would require doctors to perform an ultrasound before an abortion is performed in order to, quote, in order to find a heartbeat and, quote, notify the woman of the existence of the heartbeat. In other words, guilt her and shame her into not ending the pregnancy. The bill would also require doctors to the bill would also take $2 million away from Planned Parenthood clinics, which would be the third time that Ohio legislators have tried to defund Planned Parenthood in the last year. This bill also redirects that Planned Parenthood money into right-wing run, quote-unquote, crisis pregnancy centers, which don't actually employ any real medical professionals. Their main focus is entirely on dissuading vulnerable women into not ending their pregnancies and continuing the pregnancy and either keeping the child or giving it up for adoption.
You know, those pregnancy crisis centers have been proven to be able to have basically, they lie to the women that get there. They spread faulty junk science.
They dress up like doctors too, even though they're not doctors.
Exactly, and that's a huge, huge problem.
They're like,
right. They put on white lab coats and they tell you lies about how the fetus can feel pain after this many weeks and so on and so forth. The bill also bans public. Okay, get this. This is complicated a little bit. I had to read it twice. It bans public hospitals from having transfer agreements with abortion clinics, even in times of during medical complications where the woman or the child, or the woman, the mother's life might be in danger. And many abortion doctors in the state of Ohio cannot get licensed if they don't have that transfer agreement with a hospital. So this is a blatant effort in order to close down abortion clinics all over the state. And this bill would also almost entirely defund rape crisis hotlines that often give abortion service information to their callers. Now we will open it up for discussion.
All right. Well, the first thing I want to talk about is the transfer agreement. What a lot of people don't understand, it's like if I'm at the dentist, right? Because I can't get an abortion because I'm a dude. So calm down. If I'm at the dentist and I have an allergic reaction or something bad happens and I need to go to the emergency room, my dentist office will have a transfer agreement with a certain hospital, and that's where they'll take me. So what the law essentially says is something goes wrong during an abortion and she needs to go to an emergency room, then no hospital can have a prearranged agreement, so she can't go. Like, if something goes wrong, she's fucked.
That's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. And they want to call themselves pro-life, but if you have a problem during an abortion service and you need to go to the hospital or else you're going to die, D-I-E, die, from complications, nope, not going to do it. We're just going to let you die there because obviously you chose to end a pregnancy and you deserve death.
Right, and like I said, in most cases, abortion clinics can't even stay open if they don't have that license agreement. So banning the license agreement would essentially close the abortion clinics themselves.
We're going to go back to the era of coat hangers and back alley abortions.
And let's not forget that even like they do other services at Planned Parenthood and places like that. So
absolutely, most of their services are other things, like giving birth control and pap smears is most of their business. Only 2% of their funding at any point in time goes to abortions.
Not according to right-wing media.
But what if something went wrong in another procedure unrelated to the abortion and they don't have the transfer agreement? Guess what? You're fucked as well. You should have went like
Absolutely.
it's like don't go there for your other services. So I just want to point out that that's actually one of the more like devious provisions in that bill.
Yeah, and just placing it in a budget bill. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
How terrible, like, just how terrible can you get?
And that's one of the reasons that this particular legislation isn't getting a lot of news in the media, because it's being basically camouflaged as a budget bill. Daniel, what do you think?
Well, I was about to say just that. That's the reason why you're not seeing it, because it's been camouflaged in the budget bill. But I personally think that what these people claim that they're pro-life, when we kill so many people via freaking executions in this country. You can call them late-term abortions, I guess, if you wanted.
Texas, 500th person killed this week through the death penalty.
It's insane that these people have nothing better to do than to dress up in lab coats and tell people that fetuses and goo feel fucking pain. I mean, this is insane. I
know how you feel.
You have to live there, Ree.
And
yes, I do.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I don't foresee myself needing an abortion. But at the same time, what if I'm raped?
Yeah, it's like what the.
Are there any provisions in that bill that have to deal with exceptions for rape or incest?
There are no exceptions that I've been able to find. There are no provisions for any exceptions for the life of the mother or otherwise.
Oh, great. That's even better. Yeah. So, so you get raped, need an abortion.
Isn't religious theology grand?
If it's open, if it's even open, which it probably wouldn't be, then you can't. You have a complication. You can't go to the hospital. You die.
And
right.
Can I just point out?
They'll blame you for getting raped.
Can I just point out, I know it's wrong that they put it in a budget bill, but to me that's pretty irrelevant because the government, like the Monsanto Protection Act, was hidden in a continuing resolution. Like there's provisions, like they always hide.
Oh, they do that.
Well, that's how they always get away with passing these ridiculous legislations. It's terrible. They shouldn't be allowed to do it. There should be some sort of provision or policy somewhere that says a bill has to be basically related to what it sounds like it should be related to.
It's a closed debate type thing. They do have that, but they sneak them in anyway. The thing is, it's like there's a reason like that bills are like 10,000 pages long. It's so you won't read them because they don't want you to know what's in them. So like
absolutely, it's like the terms of agreement in any computer program that you ever take part in. Nobody reads that.
Nobody got time for that.
But I'm saying, so it's bad. It's bad that they're doing that, but I just want you to know that every bill is going to have something hidden in it, unless it's like a Ron Paul or Rand Paul bill that's like 12 pages. Every bill is going to have something hidden in it. And it's going to try and hide it well.
Media. That's why it's good for the media and watchdog groups to keep watch to avoid stuff like this getting snuck into a budget bill.
Well,
something that's required.
This bill has already passed the State House, and I believe it already passed the State Senate this last Thursday. And July 1st is the deadline for our lovely governor, John Kasich, to sign the bill into law, which he probably will because he is, in fact, a Republican governor, and he has pointed out that he will read the language of the bill, but keep in mind that I am pro-life.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask over under on this getting passed.
Oh, definitely gonna happen. Unfortunately.
Definitely.
I put 80% chance it gets passed. If it's passed, 257% chance that it gets signed.
Oh yeah.
In a ceremony.
Daniel, over under.
Right.
Oh,
Will get passed.
It's gonna get passed.
Yeah, unanimous. The bill is getting passed. Women in Ohio, you are fucked.
Yes. Shame on my state for being lost in the 19th century.
Indeed, shame.
Oh, by the way, Lo, Republicans taking a page out of their so-called enemies, the Democrats' book, which is regulating abortion out of existence instead of banning it. It's kind of new, kind of worse, so watch out for that.
Pretty insidious, indeed.